This is why you're not going to grow on Instagram if you make these mistakes. It honestly pains me when I see content creators with so much skill, so much potential make these mistakes, and it's really holding them back from their full growth potential. So let's get right into this because I want to fix this for you ASAP. If you like this video, please do give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so that you never miss any of my future videos. And I'm on so many different platforms, so go check them out. There's something for everyone. Gatekeeping. This is honestly a pet peeve of mine. I cannot believe that people even still do this. Like, what is the point? What is the point of having an Instagram account which is there to help people or to just inform them about something that you're good at, and then there's so much gatekeeping going on? Let me give you a couple of examples, right? You could have a makeup influencer, like a beauty influencer such as myself, content creator, whatever you want to call them. And you could have a fashion stylist. You could have someone that is a chef, cook, whatever. They're good at this and they're not necessarily like at the top of their game yet. They're trying to make their way there, and they are they're content creators and they're on their journey of trying to grow and make something out of their business, right? The reason you are on Instagram is obviously for several different reasons, right? The main thing about Instagram is you are creating an audience. You have an audience there and you are sharing the information that you know, that you have, what makes you unique and in your own way. Now, what is the point of all that when you are not giving them all the information? I fully understand, by the way, if you have courses that you sell and you give out a bit of information, and if they want the full thing, then they can pay and do a course. I fully get that, because at the end of the day, if it's your business, you need to make money, and I get that. But I'm talking about the people who don't even offer that kind of stuff. So you don't have the option to get the full information, and even on their whole page, they're withholding information. So I don't understand the point of that. And I don't understand why people are still in this whole frame of mind of that's a secret, you know, that's what makes me me, and I don't want to give that out. People are not stupid today. People can see right through that. They know when you're not giving the full information, especially if you're saying this is what you need to do to create this, and then they go away and they create it and it is nothing like it. I fully get a lot of it comes down to technique and your hands, and that's what makes you unique. Like, say for example, if you're a makeup artist, but ultimately if it's something, for example, like a fashion stylist, and they go away and they want to know what outfit you're wearing, I don't understand people who don't actually tag the brands and let people know. What is the point of being a stylist, a fashion stylist? Let's use that as an example. A fashion stylist, and you have an Instagram account and you do not let people know what you are wearing, yet you are trying to showcase your outfit, and you know, like you're openly saying you're a stylist, but then you're not actually styling anyone. You're not helping anyone. Like, I don't understand the point of that. I follow a lot of different people on Instagram and I get a lot of inspiration from them. And I love following stylists that actually genuinely do provide certain information. If I look at them and I'm like, wow, I really love those shoes she's wearing, I would like to know where you got them from, because don't post about it and talk about how you picked up these shoes or new shoes or whatever, and then you're not even saying where they're from. Like, I don't understand. Like, what is the point? So that's my first thing. I could honestly talk about this all day, by the way, as you can probably see. But honestly, I don't understand why there is so much gatekeeping around information. And again, this is not just about stylists. This is about all sorts of things. Even makeup, like, people do it. Makeup artists I see do the same thing sometimes. Or it's kind of like people who are talking about how to grow on Instagram or things that they've done to get where they are in the industry. Like, don't offer help to people if you can't give them the honest truth. So that is the first mistake, because I feel like the minute you get past that, you're gonna blow up, honestly, because this is the one change that I made that really helped me. It helped me to grow my audience. If you look at my other YouTube channel, this one is still fairly new, but my other channel, which has been going for a couple of years, the biggest change that I made on it within the first, I would say, 3 months of starting was deciding that I'm not holding anything back and I'm giving everything. Because ultimately you cannot worry about, oh, but what if they go off and they do something and they are really successful at it? Because you shouldn't firstly be thinking in that way, because the way that I think, it's good because I'm helping someone to actually fulfill their dreams, to get better at something. I feel like I've done something good and I've benefited someone and I genuinely have influenced them in a good way. But secondly, you are you. You are not going to replicate yourself. Even if someone goes off and does the same thing as you, that isn't you. That's what makes you unique about yourself. You are you. It's not you. That person doesn't have the exact skill that you have. They're going to take and get inspiration from you, but they're going to make it their own. I feel like I've said enough on this topic, but that is a big thing that honestly holds people back on Instagram. What's with the whole gatekeeping? I just don't get it. Like, it's not a big deal. It's no big deal. If someone knows what products you're wearing, whether it be makeup or clothes, it's not a big deal. So what? Those products are still available in any other store. So there's just no point. So anyway, yeah, that's my first one. Inconsistency. Have you ever followed creators you love and then they're just not consistent? But when they are consistent, you're like, wow, this is just amazing. I'm so glad they're back on track and everything. And then all of a sudden they just fall off the face of the earth. And you're like, what happened? Seriously, what happened? Where has this person gone? And then they come back randomly after a few weeks or a few months, like nothing's happened. It's so inconsistent and it honestly doesn't help them at all. And obviously at the end of the day, if you're looking for growth, if you're looking to succeed and make your platform a successful platform, which actually helps others and is growing and thriving, then inconsistency just isn't going to help. It's just not going to help. It's just be up, down, and there's no reason for your audience to actually have trust in you and be loyal to you because you're not consistent. You're not there when they're expecting you to be there. So what I would suggest is pick a routine which works for you. Don't overwhelm yourself. Don't give yourself too much work. If you're like, okay, you know what? I want to post every day. Great. You might want to post every day, but can you realistically do that? If you can't, then don't do it. Even if it means that you just do one post a week, at least your followers will learn your activity and know that, okay, she hasn't posted for a few days, but it's good. I know every Monday she posts. Pick a day and then it becomes a routine. It becomes a habit, and stick to it. Your followers will learn what your posting schedule is like and they will be happy with that, because even though it may not be on a daily basis, they'll feel like they're still getting you once a week. No personality. We all have our own different personalities, but sometimes we can really hold back on certain platforms. And I'm 100% guilty of this, by the way, which I have very recently started to make a change on. On Instagram, I feel like I have become so focused on beauty and reels. I feel like it lacks a bit of personality. And I've just recently started putting together a kind of content strategy just to kind of mix it up a bit and include other platforms that I'm on. So include some business mindset growth and also include my beauty, but also include some of my personality, because I do have a personality, but I don't think it really shines or comes through enough on my Instagram. So I've really had to kind of sit back and speak to a few people that I know who I trust and get their opinion. And I kind of had a feeling myself anyway, but I wanted to kind of double check with people, and I was right. So I'm really focusing on letting people see my personality a bit more. And all this may be is just little changes here and there. For example, rather than doing every beauty reel of just me doing a bit of makeup and with music over it, I'm starting to do a few reels where I'm talking through a few reels where I'm actually talking through it. So that way they get to actually hear me and speak, like kind of hear me speak, and also get to learn, you know, how I talk, what my personality is like. So really try and infuse some of your personality into it. It doesn't have to be so perfect. Your mistakes, whatever little kind of quirks that you have, are all authentic and genuine to you. Brand deals overload. Oh my gosh, I have seen so many content creators do this, and it is so frustrating because you can tell people are not stupid, especially your audience. They know you. And to be honest, even if they don't know you, sometimes it can come off really obvious. You know, when you just take every single brand deal, you really want to make sure that you have some standards. And, you know, if you don't take every brand deal and you only stick to the ones that really are authentic to you and you truly believe in, and you have a reason why you're going for it, not just about the money, then honestly, it speaks volumes, because it really does kind of align with your characteristics, what your beliefs are. And people will start to see that. They'll start to see that, okay, I've noticed she only really does these kind of brand deals. Like, she never really talks about that. So maybe that is more in kind of line with your personality and your beliefs. So really try and be selective about your brand deals. Don't just go with everything. One minute you're doing a dual brand deal and the next minute you're doing, like, I don't know, a brand deal about deodorant that, honestly, unless you are super, super passionate about it, I don't understand why you would do that. Or unless that's what you focus on normally, you know, like that kind of thing, like hygiene and things like that, then I would get it. So, you know, people can tell. So I would just say be very selective and try to kind of like mold your own personality through your brand deals, and people will start to notice those things. Lack of authenticity. Be yourself. And honestly, this isn't always intentional. It isn't always the case that people get on in front of the camera and then they're like, oh, I'm not going to be authentic. Sometimes it's just really hard to kind of relax in front of the camera. So what I would suggest is really practice, like practice speaking in front of your phone, and just set up your phone, just do a few reels which you don't even intend to post, because it's going to give you the practice. It's going to make you feel more comfortable, and you'll find over time it will be more authentic, more real, and it will feel like, okay, this is actually her. This is actually how she speaks. And you will end up looking a lot more kind of just relatable and approachable when you feel a bit more confident and comfortable on camera. So I would just say practice, because it really, really does help. And if you don't, and you are stiff and you are really trying to get everything perfect, it comes off like that. So even though you might be not making the mistakes that you're trying not to make, it still comes off that you're trying so hard. So really try and relax, because honestly, the more relaxed you are, the better it is, and the more people are going to relate to you. So I really do hope that these tips have helped you. If you want any more kind of like help on Instagram, or how you can grow on Instagram, or anything about Reels, anything at all, let me know in the comments box below. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the bell button so that you never miss any of my future videos. Until the next video, take care, and I'll see you soon.